Hi guys, I just want to give you a little bit of information before watching this video. When I originally recorded it was before the Born Pretty store Christmas nail art contest had ended, before the voting and stuff had ended. Now it is completely over. There is no more voting. It has ended completely. So I did not win, unfortunately, but I did win like a little like small like door prize kind of thing. So they just picked a couple people for participation, I guess. I don't know. So, but I hope that you guys still enjoy the video, and I hope that you guys like the mani that I do. So if you want to see what I did, stay tuned and check it out. Hi guys, I'm back with another video, and as you can see, it is a snow globe, and it's a three-dimensional snow globe. Can you see? It's actually, you know, like raised up. All the rest of the nails are matte, and it is matte around the snow globe. Just the snow globe itself is shiny as well as three-dimensional. Today I'm going to show you how I did that, and it did take a very long time, so I'm going to make this as quick and short and sweet as humanly possible, okay? So as a base, as you can see here on all of my nails, I have on 2 coats of OPI's Russian Navy. And then after that, I took some liquid latex, which I use Liquid Latex Fashions, and I put that around all of my cuticles for easy cleanup. And I will be leaving the same coat of liquid latex on for the entire mani. I will not be taking it off and replacing it like I often do. And then over here on my middle finger, as you can see, I've masked off my cuticles as well as the tip of my nail, and then in a circular motion around my cuticles, but actually on the nail itself, to kind of make that snow globe shape for me, that snow globe circle. So the first thing I'm going to do is basically a galaxy mani. It's what I consider to be a galaxy mani, and I'm using Sugar Candy and Pretty Pink. So I've got in my tweezers here a ripped off chunk of makeup sponge, just a cosmetic sponge. And just like I've done before, I'm just gonna take my little makeup sponge here and dab it in the blue. And I'm gonna go across the nail, kind of in like a swirly sort of, not necessarily swirly, but in a very deliberate pattern, I guess. A very deliberate, whimsical kind of motion. Instead of just kind of blobbing it on there, I'm kind of going like, you know, like it's wind, sort of. Like everything's being blown around. And as I add more layers, that will become more and more apparent. And I'm going to go through the little snow globe. And once again, I'm doing it in a very whimsical, kind of swirly, and, you know, like as if the wind was blowing or the snow globe was being shaken up. Just like this. And I don't know how easy this is to see on camera. It is, I'm sure, a little bit more apparent in real life. And also, I do go over the blue color twice because it's not as opaque as I'd like it to be. So I do go back over it again, making sure I'm using that little thin straight line there. I don't know how well you guys can see it, how it comes kind of like a point to where I've got like a straight line. I do use that when I go over it the second time to make it a more crisp and more apparent like pattern. Now that I have finished with the blue, I'm going to go in with the pink and basically go around and do the same thing, but I'm going to go around the blue just to accentuate the fact that it's going in this kind of wispy motion, I guess. That's the best way to explain it. And the pink is more opaque than the blue, for sure. So this one won't take as many passes. And like I said, I'm just going to go in and just kind of outline where the blue is. Just to where you can really see that the little waves and stuff in the polish. just like that, and maybe fade it out a little bit just to make it a little bit more cohesive here. So let me go ahead and finish this, and I will meet you right back. Okay, so I finished doing the pink on all of my nails, and now I'm sure you can see a lot better how it's got that like little swirl pattern in it, especially here on the snow globe itself. And after I finished that, I did take this holographic glitter top coat that I actually made myself. I just took some clear polish and a few drops of Revlon's holographic pearls and mixed it together. And it looks a lot like China Glaze Fairy Dust. It's almost identical, actually, so this is an awesome way to get this polish without having to fork out the big bucks, or in case you can't find it, this is a great way to do it. And now I'm going to be stamping on all of the nails, and I'm going to be using this plate from Bundle Monster. It's BMS 218. And I'm going to be using these snowflakes up here. And I'm going to be stamping the snowflake image on all of my nails except for my pointer finger. And then once I get to my pointer finger, I'm going to isolate a couple of the snowflakes. So first I'm just going to stamp one of my nails in full for you. There's the image. And I'll just put this one on my pointer. So there's my super cute little snowflakes. And if you look at the plate, there are teeny tiny little snowflakes kind of hidden throughout the plate. So there's like, let me see here. There's like a teeny one here, a teeny one there, a couple small ones here and there. So I'm going to be stamping them. So basically I'm just going to do my best to get the least amount of extra on the nail, on the stamper, and then clean off what's left. So I'm going to start with this one right here because it's towards the top, so it'll be kind of easy for me to demonstrate to begin with. So there's my little tiny individual snowflake, and I'm just going to pop that inside my snow globes. Let's go right there. There it is. And this inside the snow globe is going to be a layered look, so a lot of this is going to be covered up. But, I mean, you're still going to be able to see it, as you can see here. But you're going to be looking, the snowflake's going to be the background, essentially. And let's go right there. There's another one. So let me go ahead and continue doing this, and I'll meet you back. So I finished stamping the snowflakes on all of my nails, and I had failed to mention before, I was using my Born Pretty Store stamper, my Born Pretty Store scraper, and Born Pretty Store stamping polish in white, which is number 4. And now I'm going to be still using my Born Pretty Store stamper, but I'm just using the head for this part because I'm going to need to shrink the image. And I'm using Born Pretty Store stamping polish in black, which is number 3. And I'm still using my Born Pretty Store scraper. So I've moved on to Bundle Monster plate BMS 220, so 220. And I'm going to be using this really cute little snowman right in the middle there. Right there. And I'm going to be stamping him in black. And I don't want a whole lot of extra. I'm going to turn this upside down, actually. Make it a little easier for me. I still want to get the least amount of extra on my stamper as possible. So you're going to take your stamper head and you're going to squeeze it like this with all 4 fingers and squish it down. And there's your little teeny snowman. And now he will fit inside my snow globe, see? So I'm going to set him aside. He actually could have been stamped a little bit better, but that's okay. I'm going to set him aside. I'm going to move this plate. And I'm going to be switching out to Born Pretty Store plate. This is BPL011. And I'm going to be using, let's see, I'm going to be using this, the smaller of the 2 pine trees right there. And for this part, I'm going to be using Born Pretty Store Shimmer Stamping Polish. And I'm not sure of the number because it doesn't have one, but it's the green shimmery one. And I'm using my Shelly stamper head and my Uber Chic stamper head. And I'm going to use the same technique I just did to shrink the image. So there's my little tree, and I'm going to pinch back the stamper head and pick up the tree. So there's a little tiny tree that will fit inside of my snow globe. Let me grab the other tree, and I will meet you guys back to show you what else I'm going to do for these. So I'm going to be making a decal with the snowman and both of the Christmas trees. And the snowman's super easy. I've just got a dotting tool here, and I've decanted a little bit of white polish, which is Marry Me from Madame Glam. And all I'm going to do is take my dotting tool and fill in my little snowman. So now I'm just going to give him a couple minutes to dry, and then I will top coat him. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you what I did to make the little trees. So I've got one right here, and it is going to be upside down to you guys, only because I need this part to be facing me. But for this part, I'm actually using a fan brush to get the look that I want. I don't know how well you guys can see here, where it looks like the tips of the trees have a little bit of snow on them. So that's the look I'm going for. And I went back to my white Born Pretty stamping polish, and I'm just going to decant a little bit of that down here on my scraper card. And I'm going to take just the tips of the fan brush and kind of like rough them up the best I can, just to where there's going to just be a little bit on there. I don't want too much, because then it'll make it too thick on the tree. And then basically just going to carefully smush it on there, and of course nothing's coming off. Just like that. Can you see that? Where it's just that little touch of white on there. Well, I'll mess it up a little bit, but I can fix it. And it gives it like that wispy kind of look. And then, of course, before I top coat it, I can clean up the rest of the stamping polish with a piece of tape. So let me finish that, top coat all the decals, and I'll meet you back. So while my decals are drying, I've decanted a little bit more of the Madame Glam Marry Me on my scraper card, and I'm going to draw the snow, or paint actually the snow that's going to be kind of settled in the bottom of the snow globe. And I've just got a little striper brush here, or liner brush, whatever. I'm not sure what the difference is, but one of the two. And I'm just going to get my polish on here, and just going to kind of draw like a little hill, sort of. Another one there. And then I'm going to kind of make it follow and taper off. Follow up the wall and taper off, because you know how in a snow globe, the snow kind of gets stuck up on the wall. And then after doing that, obviously it just looks like a white blob. So if I can get this little part colored in, I will show you what I do next. I'm just going to put a little dot down here. And I've got a little bit of this gold stamping polish from Born Pretty store, and it's a very yellow gold. So I'm just going to put a little dot of this right there. Actually, let's put a teensy bit more just to be safe. And I'm going to use my acetone to help me a little bit to keep this nice and thin. And I'm just going to kind of stripe through that gold and stripe through the white until I get a slightly yellowish version of the white. And I'm going to use this to outline the snow a little bit, the little snow drifts. So let's say it comes down like this. And then it's going to kind of go down like that, to where this is like one little pile of snow. Oops, sorry guys. Just like that. So I've got my little decals here. They're already cut up and ready to go, as you can see. Okay, so I went ahead and applied the trees just because you guys know how I apply decals. So as you can see, both of the trees are on there, and I'm just going to be using my cheap little dollar store top coat. And I'm going to do it a little bit different than I usually do, just because these decals are so teeny tiny. I'm just going to put a little dab over here where I'm going to be putting my little snowman guy. And I'm going to pick him up and pop him right where I want him. And then I'm just going to use my orange wood stick to kind of scooch him around just a teensy bit and flatten him out the way I want. Other than that, the only other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking both the light and dark brown polish from Born Pretty store, number 15 and number 19, and I'm just going to be painting the bottom of my nail, that little base part, which I think that's very self-explanatory. You don't really need to see that. I did take a matte top coat on the rest of my nails, and I just used, it's just called matte top coat from Wet n Wild. I did that on all of my nails. Right here on my middle finger, I will, after putting the base down, I will matte top coat everything around the little bubble, and then I will meet you guys back to show you how I made it 3D. So now I have matted around the middle nail, everything except for the little bubble in the middle. And I've just got a gel top coat here that'll cure in UV or LED. I got this from AliExpress and it's awesome. I cure it in a 36-watt LED lamp for 1 minute, and it's actually tackless, which is awesome because it was only like $1 and some change. So I'm just going to take my top coat, and not a whole lot of it because, you know, it'll run basically. But I'm just going to take my top coat and go around inside the little bubble. I'm going to be as careful as I can and try not to go outside the bubble. All the way around. Just like that. A little bit and put it in the middle here just to make sure it's there. And I'm going to do this 2, maybe 3 times to build it up to give it that 3D look. After I've put all the gel on it, I'm going to turn my nail upside down just like this. And here's my little lamp I got right here. I'm going to stick my hand in the lamp, and I'm going to kind of move my hand around a little bit, go up, down, back, forth, left, right, just to make sure my little bubble is going to be as domed shape and even as possible. So I'm going to do this 2 more times, and then I'll meet you guys back. Okay guys, that's all done. This is it. This is the finished mani. It's my 3D snow globe mani. That's how I did it. See, it's 3-dimensional. So just a heads up, if any of you guys decide to try this or something similar to this at home, I don't know how this gel will wear because it is over regular polish. Just a heads up, and I won't be able to tell you how because I'm going to have to take these off. So probably within a day or so. So I just wanted to let you know that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry the video was so long, but I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like this video and you like this mani, please give me a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe, and of course, come back to see me next time. Bye.